Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back along to Cornbrook Contracting. My name, as always, is Thomas, 50% of the contracting crew here. Jamie, my business partner, is, well, he's somewhere over there working on his spray. He's about to go out this morning and spray off some barley. It's going to be desiccated, I think, before we get close to harvest. And we're looking over the mowers here. These are relatively new mowers. You may well have seen Jamie had these on the back of his tractor when we took a trip to Oakfield not so long ago to knock out some silage over there. But yeah, so we now have a new nice set of mowers here. Nice and plenty of width. We can really get some cracking output done on these actually. But before I fold them up and get away, we're just checking over to make sure everything looks good. We've got our power takeoff is all connected there, our hydraulic hoses are in, and other than that, yeah, everything is looking mighty fine. And we've got about, well, quite a bit I think actually, about 25 acres of hay or grass to mow down for hay. Then we'll be leaving it, and I think he even wants us to come in and bale it up. Oh, is this Jamie coming over now? I think it might well be.
Hey there, Tom.
Hello, sir. How are we doing today?
Not bad. I am pretty much ready to go.
Excellent stuff. I'm loving the new shoes on the Ford, on the New Holland there. That looks lovely.
Yeah, they're looking very, very nice, those care wheels. And they will do the job well.
Yeah, a little bit too
we
clean.
won't have any barley falling over with those on there.
No, no doubt. No doubt. And you're heading up off to Chestnut Farm, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to go and load up with some liquid fertilizer that they've got ready for me, and then we have a whole load of barley fields to do.
Oh, splendid, splendid. That shouldn't take you too long, I should think. Get them wrapped out in the course of today.
Yeah, I think there's something like I think it's 5 in total, but the sprayer's got quite a nice reach on it, so it should work fairly well and should be done fairly quickly. So
I didn't think you had that much arable land up there. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, well, I know he likes his sheep, but it sort of comes back down this way. I think one of the fields is basically opposite our entrance, but obviously I've got to go up there to fill up in the first place. So.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. All right, well, we've got this hay to knock down, kind of behind for Cornbrook Farms, actually, just on the other side of the village. So we're going to get that done, but the weather's looking hit and miss for the next kind of 4 or 5 days, so I'm not sure when we'll get to bale it, but we'll see. I think they want it in round bales as well, actually, just to add to the kind of the speed of the job. So we'll have to wait and see on that front.
Yeah, good. And well, maybe we can get that done together in a couple of days' time then.
Weather permitting, I should think it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, but I am going to crack on. I'll leave you to it. If you need me, I have the radio. And I'll probably see you when we get back.
Yeah, I will see you later. All right.
Have fun. Okie dokie then. We're back into the massey. It's been a while actually. I of course spent a little bit longer out in Oakfield there last week. Did a little bit of extra carting. Lift up back more. That's the right side hydraulics. That New Holland. Good lord. There we go, we're all folded up. And we're going to go out of this gate here. It's actually quite nice to be back into the Massey. The fast track over there, it's a nice tractor, don't get me wrong. But it's this Massey has some more modern touches, I think it's fair to say. Oh, someone's rape is nearly ready to harvest there. That's interesting. No, we are just going to we're going to pull over the road a little bit here because we're going to have to come and shut the yard gates. We'll just pull over here. Get my hazard lights on, that's perfect. Always want to shut up and lock up the gates here, you never know who's wandering around. Including little stray dogs. Out of the way, dog! Nope. Another car in the world. Yes, there's often quite a lot of people who like to look into our yards here. We might one day actually have to put some bigger gates on here just to stop that. But anyway, I digress. We need to get on the way. We don't actually have to go far for our gate over here. There's nothing coming behind me there. We are pretty much 12 o'clock straight ahead. That little gap in the trees is where we're going. Hey, there's another field there cracking on. And in we go. So we'll just stop here, get this gate opened up, and then we'll get ourselves into the field, unfolded, and hopefully set up on our way. Well, that was a bit adventurous to try and get into the field, let alone anything else. That gateway is extraordinarily bumpy, but never mind, we are here. We're going to fire up the rear mower, and we'll lower that into the ground. That's away. Fire up the front, and lower her down, and we will get ourselves underway. Massey has plenty of power here. Really won't struggle with being able to push this. And yeah, it shouldn't. Really, about 25 acres here. It's very dry already, so it's not too thick. It's not too wet. It's not going to slow us down too much. So that's quite good news, and we should get through this pretty quickly, and then we'll be able to move on. We'll leave it probably lying on the ground for best part of 2-3 days untouched, assuming the weather stays as it does, and then we'll come in. We're doing everything: tedding, raking, baling. Then we'll come in. We'll throw it around once. Depending upon how the weather goes, once might be sufficient, and we might just be able to leave it at that. But if it needs another go, we'll bring up the tether back in, give it another run through, and then we'll hopefully try and bale it up. What would be nice would be to bale it up inside kind of the week, but the weather's looking a little bit hit and miss, as I was telling Jamie, so we'll have to wait and see on that front. But we are getting there, and we'll just keep plugging away at it. Like I say, it's not a very... It's 25 acres, it's not a particularly wide field, it's a long field, that's for sure. It's a bit of an odd shaped field, but it's not a wide field. With some great views over the valley though, really nice. So we'll slowly work our way around. And then, yeah, we'll get this all, we're going to be left with a few triangles, I think, to finish up here. But we'll see. This is actually first cut for this field. It was barley last year, and after the barley they ploughed it in, drilled it with grass seed. So it took a little bit of time to establish. That's why I left it to come to hay, just to get a little bit more growth out of the crop before we cut it. So that was the intention, which seems to have worked. Now what we're going to do, we are going to take, depending upon how the crops go, we'll see. We'll take at least 2 passes around this way, so that'll be 4 swaths. And then we're going to come the other way and take 1 off the outside. I don't like to go on the very outside with my front mower. I like to just do it with the back mower. It gives me a little bit more mobility and maneuverability. So that's what we're going to do here, in case anyone's wondering why I'm leaving such a wide headland. And we will see how it goes. But other than that, we'll just keep going around and we'll see how it looks. I'll come back to you when we make a little bit more progress. Well, we're pushing on now here, guys. We're on our 3rd headland round. Decided we're going to do 7 as opposed to 5. So this will be the last time going around the inside. And then we will... we're going to flip it around. Lift them up, that's better. Got my hydraulics wrong there. We're going to flip this around, and then we can square off this edge here. Lovely. As you can see, we're already getting through quite a bit of this this bottom end, so we'll get rid of this little chunk here. So that's one of the odd shapes kind of cut off already. So we're flying. Going very well. It's been a fantastic kind of week of weather here. We've, Jamie and myself have really been able to push on, make some great progress, some fantastic headway. Really have. And hopefully that'll continue. We need to think about bringing the combine out soon and getting that serviced up, ready to go. Because we do, yeah, we've got a few contracts for that to start with. Not much, a couple of hundred acres, I would say at the very most. But you know, it's all adds up. So we'll have to see if we can get that raring to go, because I'm sure the phone call will come through sooner rather than later saying that they're ready to go. Last thing we want to do is be ill prepared for that. But here and now we're flying through this, and it shouldn't take us too much longer. Another 5 minutes so to get this headland done, And then once the headlands are done, this field there's not much left to it at all, really. So all in all, going mightily well. I hope that hoping that Jamie's got his little situation figured out over there. So we might just go and give him a quick shout, actually. As I get myself around this tricky little headland. So then, Jamie, how's it coming on over there? Have you got yourself figured out?
Not too bad. We've just about finished the first field. I do have an issue in that the sprayer wheels are not properly care wheels.
Ah, that's not ideal. So you're trampling on a little bit of grass.
So we are trampling on a little bit of the barley, but it's not too bad. We're putting some nice tram lines in, basically.
Oh well, I'm sure it'll work out okay. So you managed to get did you just borrow some spray from Tony?
Borrowed some spray from Tony. I think I'm going to have to borrow some more spray from Tony. He's yeah. This is not going to be quite enough to do that much. I've got about a third to a quarter of a tank left, so I should be able to do one other field.
Okay. Do you reckon it's something we should look into, trying to find like an old tanker we can hold spray in? Something we can pull around to our jobs, maybe?
I think it might be wise. We have a, you know, it's something that we could then build for as well, so that'd be quite useful.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll keep my eye open, see what we can find.
Okie doke. Yeah, I'm gonna get another field sprayed. I think what I might do is call it at that point, simply because I don't want to keep popping down to hillside and pinching fertilizer off Tony.
Yeah, I'm sure he's gonna need that for himself at some point pretty soon.
Yeah, so we'll get some ordered and we can get the rest of this job done soon, or we can find out why where the order that was supposed to be there has got to, actually, more importantly.
Sounds good to me. Well, I've just knocked off the headlands of this field. It's not a very big field, but it's an odd-shaped field. And then there's not a lot left to do, so I'll probably be done in maybe a couple of hours.
Okie doke. Well, I'll see you back at the yard shortly then.
Okay, so as you can see, folks, we're just taking the outside ring off now. We're getting a little bit closer into the edge there, but the grass quality really does descend the closer you get into the hedge line, so we're not going too close, and we don't want to pull in too many weeds. So we'll take this pass off here, and then we'll get stuck into the thick of it in there. Like I say, a few odd shapes here and there, but we'll get it all wrapped up pretty quickly, I'm sure. And then, yeah, homewards bound for today, I think. Some paint work to do, and you never know, might have to start looking for a new sprayer Bowser at this stage. Always something new we could buy. There's always something. But then that is the life of being a contractor, I suppose. Now, this is quite an odd-shaped field, so what we're going to do, we're going to square it up a little bit where we can, by coming into here. We'll just go up there, I think. Do it, line up with that tree. This is where GPS would be ideal. We don't have it. So we can't complain about that. Yeah, we'll just get this little chunk wrapped out here, I should think. The first few times around it's always a little bit tricky. We don't have the biggest area to turn in when we're first starting, but we're going to get this little corner wrapped up here, and then we should turn around. We should be able to go in a kind of a block. Really, that should work out quite well. So when you're in little fields like this, you typically spend more of your time turning around than you do actually mowing, which is a frustration. But we'll come over here, we'll square this whole side up as I mentioned there, and then we should be good to go. Get this little block wrapped out nice and quickly. Lovely old job. We're flying through this now. Shouldn't take us too much longer to get this all done, I wouldn't have thought. Maybe another hour or so at this rate. And then we'll go back down. We'll go back over and join Jamie. We've got a few bits of admin to do, I think, by the time he gets back. And just like that, that is block number 1 done. So, swing ourselves back up here. we'll get this wrapped out, shouldn't take too much longer, and then we'll come back to you and just have a quick look over it all before we finish up. So yeah, shouldn't take too much longer, and we'll see you in a little bit. And just like that, folks, it's done. Hasn't taken too long at all. Actually, we're just going to stop here, make sure there's nothing hanging on the mowers as we fold them up, and have a quick look at the grass, see how it's looking.
Hey Tom, I am on my way back to the yard. We've finally run out of fertilizer.
Oh, that's good timing. I was just folding up the mowers. I am done. So that's working out pretty well. I shall see you back there shortly.
Excellent. Yeah, I managed to get 3.5 fields done.
Oh, nice, nice. Well, I think I might beat you back there, so if you come back, I'll be in the office.
I would say that'd be good if I hadn't just pulled into the yard.
I'll see you in the office then.
See you in a bit.
Alright then, so we are... Everything is looking good. Mowers have held it very well again. These are new to us pretty much, so we're going to have to go through, once we finish a few more acres I should think, and make sure all the discs and the drums are looking good. All the bearings are still fine and nice and tight, don't need any tightening up. But it's looking good. From a grass field perspective, it's heavy in some places and lighter in the others, if I'm honest. And some of it just needs a bit of a... Could have done with a bit of extra nitrogen, maybe some potash on here at some point, but it didn't get it. So what can we do? That's not our responsibility. We'll just come in and bale what's here. So we're going to leave it for a few days, give it its best chance to wilt under the sunlight, dry out before we spread it around a bit. And then we'll probably come and do that. Today is Tuesday, we'll probably come and do that on Thursday or Friday, depending on how the weather goes. But yeah, I'm very happy with how that's worked out, and we'll check in with it later on. And we are just going to shut this, we're going to get on our way. So at this point we're going to leave it here. Thank you ever so much for watching, I hope you have enjoyed. If you have and you'd like to see more, don't forget to check out both Simulation for the Nation for my version of events, and Virtual Farmer to catch up on everything Jamie is doing. If you've liked this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Simulation for the Nation and Virtual Farmer if you are yet to. And we will see you in the next one. So until then, do enjoy yourself, stay safe, but most importantly, happy farming.